Tom, why don't you start us off with an opening statement, and then we'll go to John Blau.
Well, just really proud of our team. Coming on the road, a lot of distractions this week, a lot of things that you have to deal with and learn how to stay locked in and focused in this environment that we're in and with the success we've started to have and everything. So just really proud of our guys to come here. It's been a tough place for us to win over the years, and to get a shutout here is pretty special. That doesn't happen very often. And to get our 5th Big Ten win in a row, 4th of the season, is just really it's a pretty awesome thing. So proud of our staff. Still, I thought it was ugly. I mean, I thought we were sloppy and didn't execute well enough, especially on offense, and had some special teams mistakes. Missed a field goal for the first time this year. But defense held under 200 yards and 4 takeaways, which continue to be game changers for us. 3 more picks. Just really proud of our guys. I mean, that's just how you win football games, and you got to go on the road and win some ugly ones sometime. And especially how the game started, I thought we really kind of put ourselves in a tough spot. But guys bounced back, got a 14-point lead, and then never looked back. So proud of this team. Big road win. Go Hoosiers. Questions?
All right, John, then Zach.
Obviously, like you said, it wasn't, perfect. It was probably sloppy at times, but just in terms of Michigan State, I mean, this is a team that beat you guys 10 out of the last 11 times. I know you said you hadn't gotten the old brass spittoon yet. Mike said, I guess it was in the locker room for you guys afterward. I mean, what does this win mean for you guys?
We sat down at the beginning of the year with our leadership council and come with our goals, and one of the major things the guys wanted was to win our trophy games. And so that's what we did. We won our first trophy game. And haven't beaten them since I've been the head coach here. And we know the history. You haven't beaten them very often recently. So first time winning here in East Lansing in 19 years. So got a whole long list of things they gave me of either first or tied this, tied that, first time since this, just continue to make history here. And it's a big win. It's a big win on the road. And, such a devastating loss a year ago coming here. But I tell you what, I think that was a real defining moment in our program. The way the players responded, the way I challenged them after that game, and kind of where we've gone since then, has been pretty amazing. So just a lot of respect for Coach Tucker and their team. Their kids fought hard. They're big physical players, and talked to several of them after the game. Just a lot of respect for how hard they play, how tough they are. And I just love to be able to compete and fight and claw and scratch and then shake a guy's hand and give them respect. And respect is given back. That's pretty cool. So it was a good day.
All right, Zach, then Peegs.
I guess I was just sort of going to ask you about that, Tom. I don't know how much sort of introspection you allow yourself in the middle of a season, but I can remember your frustration in East Lansing last year, and I guess a level of resoluteness from you and your players, even kind of after a tough loss. Just how much can you trace, maybe not solely that game, but, moments like that back now that, going from there to here, I think you've won 9 of your last Big Ten games. You're obviously 4-0 now, top 10. How much can you kind of sort of trace maybe these last 12 months back to a moment like that?
Yeah, I think it's significant, that was a tough loss. And here's the thing that I think really sticks out to me about that was that, I was trying to convince them that we were a really good team, because I thought we were, even though we fell short, we didn't finish. And I knew all that kind of stuff, and you get frustrated. We didn't win. We were close again. But that's what kind of prompted me to respond the way I did in the locker room after the game and in the press conference, because I knew that team in that locker room was a really good football team, but we hadn't proved it on the field. So it really didn't matter what I think. So, but the players responded. And it was really the beginning. I know that the Maryland game is one I've always pointed to say that was the game when we physically finished and won on the road and then started winning after that. But it was this loss in East Lansing, I thought a year ago, that really was the catalyst to really help this team realize, man, if we can just stay the course and just keep believing and keep fighting and keep just demonstrating, tremendous grit and relentless mindset, that we're going to figure this out and it's going to come together. And I talked to one of their players afterwards. He's been here a long time, and he was that was kind of his response. Man, coach, you're just so impressed with what you guys have done here in the last several years. And it's just, he was very complimentary of how our kids play and where we've taken this program. So that's something that you just have to know that it's about, proving it on the field. And so a year ago this time, lot was left out there. Now you feel a whole lot different about where we are and where we're headed.
All right, Peegs and Kevin Brockway.
Hey, Coach, there were some common themes to last Saturday's game here. One was Ty Freifogel making big plays in the first half. It seems like a lot of those plays are effort plays where he's beating the defensive back or breaking tackles. Just speak to what those plays have done for you these two weekends.
Yeah, they're big plays in the game for sure, but they are. He's a big, strong guy. We've got a lot of good-sized receivers, that can be able to go up and use their mass and use their, catch radius to make plays. And he's a tough kid, loves football, loves to work, never says much. I mean, he doesn't talk hardly at all, but he just makes plays. And like you said, tough contested catches, tough runs, just grit, toughness, fight, that's our program. So to me, that's an awesome thing. And the team's full of guys like him. And it's just neat to see a kid come from South Mississippi, believe in us, come all the way up here and, be rewarded with great opportunities and now being a part of a football team that's doing special things that are historic. So that's the message to a bunch of other guys that are around this country that want to come and be a part of what we're building here in Indiana, whatever state you're from. We don't care. I just want guys that want to be here. And I want guys that believe in us and want to work, want to commit, be disciplined, and buy into the LEO culture. And he's one of them.
All right, Kevin, then Greg Doyle.
Yeah, Coach, you're down 2 starters on the offensive line going into the game. How much was that a concern? How do you think they held up? And I don't know if you could expound on the nature of Caleb Jones being out while he was out.
Yeah, first of all, I mean, Caleb was not active today, so that's all I'm going to say about that. But bottom line is I thought Luke did a great job. And, it's a concern, Michael Koenig's still out. And so we just got to, next man up. And Luke came here to play and came here to compete and have opportunities. And now he's got one. So bottom line is that that's how we have to approach this every single time we take the field, whatever position it is the guys got to realize that guy in front of you goes down and can't play, then now's your time. So what are you going to do with that opportunity?
All right, Greg Doyle, then Olivia.
Hey, Tom, I'm asking you this question as a dad. I got 2 boys Thomas's age. How is he and how are you? And I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, he's going to be all right. He's a tough kid. I love him so much, but it could be pretty serious. So, it's hard. It's hard to see your son out there. And I knew, as tough as he is, I knew by how he was responding, it was serious. And so it's hard to stand there and see that and then have to keep coaching. But that's what you got to do. We got to be able to compartmentalize those things. And we had a strong embrace afterwards and shed a lot of tears together. But you know what? He's a fighter, and the good Lord is putting him through that refining fire right now. And that makes us who we are. It makes us special. It makes us great. And it creates a grit to us that, will make him a better man moving forward. So just like always, he's going to fight through this, and he'll find a way to overcome it and come back and play again one day. So, but yeah, it's tough to do and tough to see that from your son.
Hey, Tom, I'm sorry. I don't want to pry. I just want to know how to phrase this. Do I say that you guys don't want to say what the injury is yet for privacy?
Not yet. Yeah, not yet. It's, eventually if it's a, season ending thing, then I'll be open about it. But right now we're not 100% sure on that, but it's, I'm not very optimistic at this point.
All right, Olivia, then Adam Renberg.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to get your comments on Taiwan Mullen today. He finally gets 2 interceptions. I mean, he led the league last year in pass breakups. How is he able to make so many strides this offseason when everything was so locked down?
Yeah, he's learned how to catch. Last year he had all those pass breakups and never any picks. How about that? So, no, I'm just teasing. He's a great player. He was due. He's always around the ball. He's got his hands on the ball all the time. But we're playing some different things and mixing some things up a little bit. So that's probably created some of these, and even for him too, not being always just totally locked up in man to man. But just a great football player, so savvy, so much moxie. Just love that kid and love his belief. He's one of those ones that chose to come here from, far away because he believed in the vision of what we were going to do, even though we hadn't done it yet when he got here. So, as I mentioned with Ty Freifel, will be another one of those guys. So, Taiwan's a special guy, not the biggest guy on the field, but his heart is huge.
All right, Adam, and then we'll wrap up with Ravi.
Hey, Tom. The defense at Indiana used to drag down this program for years, even decades, long before you got here. What has this journey been like for you, first as a coordinator, now as a head coach, to get this unit, which used to drag the program down, to a point where you're shutting people out in the Big Ten?
Well, it was necessary. And I had the belief when I got here that we were going to be a top 25 defense. It took us 2 years to get to that point. And then now the next challenge is we want to be a top 10 defense. And so to me, it's, to me, if you want to win at any level, at any place, you got to be able to play good defense, and getting in shootouts every week is not the way we want to function here. And you got to score points, and I get all that. But so it's been a huge emphasis, and it's obviously the area that I spend all my time in and all those meetings and film review. And so we take a lot of pride in that here. And to me, I always feel like when you play that way and you play really good defense and you're physical and you're tough and you tackle well and you do those things right, and it's going to affect your whole team. Because that spills over into special teams, because most of those defensive guys are special teams players. So that's 2/3 of your team right there. And then the toughness that you get, it flows into your offense. And then just the ability to be able to create takeaways is a game changer for field position momentum and just stealing possessions, in this day and age. So it's huge. And we got to keep working, and keep getting better and continue to execute at a higher level. But, I take a lot of pride in this. And Coach Womack's done a phenomenal job of just taking this system and continuing to grow it and develop it and make it better. And so saw that today. Getting a shutout in this conference is hard to do. Very proud of our guys for that. And really, really excited for the growth and the future potential of this defense.
All right, Ravi, last one.
Hey, Coach. Michigan State has the ball 12 times. Only one possession goes more than 31 yards. They don't get past your 38. Why specifically did you feel you guys were so good today all game long?
Well, I just feel like that, we do a great job studying and preparing and being able to put our guys in good position to take away what we think they need to do to hurt us. And so I thought our staff did a really good job of that. And then the players just executed, just to continue to, and you say that, and all I see was the long quarterback run that I was like, I'm still mad about. We didn't fit that up right. And so, but at the same time, that's just the standard that we have. And we expect our guys to play at a high level, execute at a high level. And I'm on them the whole time. I'm on Coach Womack the whole time, probably over the top in some ways. But at the same time, that sense of urgency, that edge we have to coach with and play with is what I want. And our guys are, they're taking that personal. And, we talk so much about finishing games and finishing the half and finishing the third, fourth quarter and being able to get a great tone set in the third quarter when we came out and we're on defense right away. So, but I just think that it's, you have a combination of scheme, toughness, and then just playing your absolute tails off. And that, to me, when you play really, really hard, tackle well, it's hard to beat, and I love what we do schematically and we're always trying to get an edge in that area. And we're not going to out-coach anybody. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of great coaches in this league. But what we do is we want to be very, very sound, have a great plan, and then the players execute that plan at a high level with relentless effort. That's the key.
All right, thanks, Tom.
Appreciate you guys. Have an awesome day. Elio.
Matt, we'll start with you with Ty and then Paul.